So before the hush, what was your biggest frustration?
Before the hush, my biggest frustration was just feeling like I wasn't good enough, and really just my mind space. Like I could go off into a million different things in my mind and feel so unsettled and nervous about things, and just I lived in a lot of fear, and I basically looked to just keep going. In some ways, my head became a place where I could fill it with so many different thoughts, so many things that I'm just really...
You can say things that didn't serve me, or
okay,
operated from a place of fear, like you were saying before. There were many areas in your life that you succumbed to fear or whatever, something like that.
So in many ways, like I just found that I would resort to fear, and that my mind could just like take things and just blow things out of proportion, and whether or not it was real or not, I definitely had trouble with just keeping my mind space really clean and clear.
And what did you try before to solve the fear?
So before Hush, some of the things that I used to try to do to solve the fear was just to try to control the things in my life that I could, whether it be...
Move the hair out of your eyes a bit. Okay,
so before Hush, one of the things that I used to try to help alleviate the fear was just trying to control things that were within my reach. So it could be, making sure my kids did things, making sure my house got cleaned, silly things, like anything that just gave me some sense of control. I spent a lot of time, even just with my relationships, especially to those who are close to me, I often spent a lot of time making sure that those things were working really well when every other part of my life might not feel like it was in control.
That's good. What objections almost prevented you from doing the hush?
Being vulnerable is really tough, and sharing with people our deepest fears or things that are close to us or things that are hurting, that can be really scary. So those are some of the things that were really challenging for me before doing the hush.
And why did you decide to do the hush based off of those things you were worried about?
I decided to do the hush because I was ready. I really needed to find a place of calm and peace, and we were coming upon a season that has traditionally been a very tough time for my family, and I really was looking forward to something different and something new. So the hush gave me an opportunity to look for things that were different, and a chance to really grow my mind and my faith, and to really just to develop a place of peace and contentment.
And what result are you most thrilled with?
The result that I am most thrilled with is just finding a sense of peace and calm, a sense of worthiness that doesn't come from anything around me, but just through our Heavenly Father. I found that every morning that I woke up and I spent time with God and really just trying to hear what it was that He had to say, and just the things that I could pay attention to, during that time, to praise and give thanks to God, it was life-changing. I felt like I was a new person every day. One of the things that was super powerful for me was being able to just recognize His voice in different personal parts of my life. In particular, work can be challenging. I work with a lot of people that are very smart and very talented, and that are very seasoned in the type of things that they are working on. And I found that my voice, I wouldn't go into things with a lot of confidence, and there was actually a lot of fear, no, don't say that because that might not be something that is worthy of being said. But there was a moment shortly after the hush began that it was so powerful. I just heard, I heard that I just needed to be able to share. And I was able to do it with such confidence. And I was in a room filled with directors at the time and my peers who I just admire so greatly. And I just remember feeling just peaceful as I did it, not worried about what other people thought. And that is something that I really struggle with, is like, what are people thinking about what I'm saying? How are they perceiving it? And it was so great to be able to do that and not have that fear in my head of how people are going to be judging me. My worthiness no longer was about what they thought about me, but my relationship with God. And so that was powerful. And what was really cool was just getting feedback afterwards from some of my close peers that they saw that confidence, and that was really cool. And that literally was like 1 or 2 days after the Hush began, and so that was just amazing.
What would you say to somebody who's on the fence with doing the Hush?
The Hush has been one of the most powerful things that I have done in terms of like building a relationship and really being able to be intentional about my faith. It has been transformational from the inside out. I feel so much greater peace. This season of the Christmas holiday